and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while. Quite honestly, it's been quite a disaster of a week. I was really struggling to kind of like come back on and vlog, and then I thought, you know what, like if people want to know what it's like moving to the UAE, this is where I need to vlog the most and like tell everybody how difficult it can be. So here we are, I'm back with my honest truth about my week. So ultimately what's happened is I went away. I was in London a little bit. I was in Greece for my brother's wedding. It was amazing. And I actually vlogged a little bit like while I was in London and Greece, and thought I might even put some content out, but it was a really busy time. You know, I had this whole plan in my head of how perfectly this whole move into my apartment was going to go. I'd planned it to like the minute for the Monday that I arrived back, but none of it worked out. I arrived back at 7:30 in the morning. I got the overnight flight. I was supposed to be at work that day. Had a really busy week of work because we've launched something brand new, which is ultimately why I'm here, and why I'm in this job. And so it's all just kind of like happening in the same week. So I came back and came to the apartment. I thought, let me get the keys. I knew like IKEA were booked for 9 a.m. for curtains, and then like other things throughout the day. And I had it all kind of like planned out that it was going to work okay, and I'd be able to juggle it with work and everything else. And basically I went to get my keys, and there's actually a clip because I tried to vlog a little bit, but I was just really struggling to like hold it together and be able to do it. And I went to get my keys, and they basically said like, no, you can't move in. There's been a payment issue. It was bank holidays here last week, and so they didn't receive the payment, and so they fairly, you know, said you can't move in without paying. But it just meant like they wouldn't let me have anything delivered anyway, so like all my deliveries have been pushed. The biggest issue has been there was some maintenance that needed doing to the apartment before I moved in, and I was promised that it would be done, and it hasn't been done. Some of the things are easy fixes like lights and whatever, but the big one is since I viewed this apartment there was a bad smell, and that smell has not gone away, and that smell is still here as I sit here right now. And I appreciate that these are seriously first world problems, and there's so much crap going on in the world, and I'm so lucky to have a roof over my head, but it's weird, like this smell has just really like bothered me, and I'm just struggling to be here. Because I'm worried like what if it is something that's quite unhealthy and it's like blasting through the AC and into me and my lungs and whatever. And B, it's just like really uncomfortable. So yeah, it's just been a really bad week because of a smell, which sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I don't know, it's just like really, it stopped me from really being able to like feel at home or anything here, which has been a bit rubbish because I was quite excited about like moving in, of course, and having my place. So I'm still in the thick of that, but I was talking to somebody last night and they were like, oh, I've like missed your vlogs over the last couple of weeks, and I just haven't been able to get back into it. It's so ridiculous. It's like because of this smell. And so I thought, you know what, let me just come on and be honest, because if there's a time to really inform people about living in the UAE, like it's now. This is the week where I'm trying to move in and settle and everything, and nothing's working out. But anyway, we're here. I've been working at home this afternoon because I've had pest control in, I've had AC people in, like this is actually what's bothering me the most. I wouldn't mind if it was like, oh, this is the smell and by Friday it'll be fixed. Fine, 5 days of a smell, I can deal with it. But it's that people keep coming and doing their job and they're like, nope, like can't find anything wrong. And so the more that that's happening, the more I'm like, maybe this is just an issue that's never going to be resolved, and actually I can't stay in this apartment, and you know, that would be disastrous. So yeah. Anyway, what I thought I could do is, I've just finished work, I was just doing some meetings and stuff, and I could do with probably getting out and getting some fresh air and away from the smell. And I thought before it gets dark, I could also give you a slight tour. Like everything's an absolute mess, so don't think that this is anything wonderful. But I can do you a tour of everything that's wrong. Maybe I can continue this over the weekend and things will get better. But here we are. Haven't really decided what this content is going to be. Don't know if I'm going to use anything that I've recorded over the last 2 weeks. But here's the raw reality of me in the UAE. Let's start with the good. So outside, everything is wonderful. This is my gorgeous little view. And over here, the sun is setting, so I get sunset view, kind of. I guess it'll only go so far. But gorgeous. I've never seen that before. I've been working so late, I haven't been home for sunset, I don't think. It starts well, outside is great. This is the balcony. So being a one bed, it's a bit smaller, but it's actually like pretty spacious. I could have quite a bit of stuff out here if I wanted to. As I said, not like the ideal situation to show you. So what did happen on Monday, because I was worried, okay, I've got an apartment, I've got nowhere to sleep, I'm sleeping on this stone floor. But luckily the mattress and sofa arrived. So when you order an IKEA sofa, like when it comes through on the receipt, it's all like individual itemized bits, like this long bit is one thing, and then like, you know, this bit is another, and there's like, I don't know, 10 different bits. And I saw this like double mattress on the order, and I was like, I've only ordered a king mattress, my mattress, I've not ordered a double mattress. So I cancelled it. I was like, oh, someone's done it by mistake. No, it's the mattress for the sofa bed. So that's why my sofa bed now looks like this, because it's missing the mattress, which would normally hold that up. But anyway, have a sofa bed. This is the other bit of area. I have a dining table and chairs, which is so gorgeous. I love it so much. I got this secondhand. It's a West Elm. Yeah, gorgeous. It goes much longer as well. It's got like a piece that goes in the middle, and there's one other. I'm sure they probably had 6, but there's only 5 chairs it came with. And today, IKEA came and did some light fittings for me, which is quite exciting. So yeah, little kitchen area. Interruption. I just had to stop because IKEA called. They're coming to do the curtains tomorrow. So 5 days late, but who's counting? But you can see, this is another thing that's made me like uncomfortable. I've not had any curtains, so at night I go to bed, no curtains. Like, whatever, it's fine, but it's just not ideal, is it? Anyway, back to the tour. I did get my fridge. Again, I got the fridge secondhand as well, so that was fabulous. And I got it from the same guy I got the plants from, and you might remember that's who had the Land Rover as well, which is still for sale, and I'm still considering, by the way. Oven will need to go here, haven't done anything about that. Dishwasher, haven't done anything about that. The thing I ordered from Carrefour, by the way, was water, which I've mostly given away to all the work guys that came over today, so don't even have any left. The other thing I ordered, I mean, have a look in my fridge. I ordered milk and yogurt, and then I realised I didn't have any spoons, so I've not had any milk or yogurt because I got milk to just have bran flakes because that's how boring I am. Yeah. I did get this secondhand just before I left. It's just a little Nespresso machine. Again, haven't even used it because it's this plug, which doesn't fit that. Actually, I was about to order something. They've got the coffee machine, haven't even been able to have coffee. This is the most positive vlog ever. Washing machine is in. I did do a little like test wash last night with a towel. So this little community I have here has actually been so helpful before with the Land Rover and car, and just like whenever I ask for advice I get so much help, so I'm going to do it again. Are there any air conditioning specialists that can help me with this problem? What they've actually done, which I don't know if it's a temporary solution, but I don't know why he had this idea, is for now, I didn't even know because I know nothing, but aircon apparently, like, it doesn't ventilate. Like, all it does is suck air out of your space and put it back through colder. So it has a suck and an output. I mean, who knew? I never knew that. Probably everyone knows that except for me. Anyway, so the one that was sucking air up was over there, and he thought, let's just try putting it in like the cupboard, which we know doesn't smell, and hopefully the smell will reduce. So this area, this is me all the time now. This area, I say that, I don't think it's any better. I think I'm wishful thinking. Anyway, we've continued the tour. So you might remember some of this. Like this rug I haven't even put down. I refuse to do anything, so I'm like, I might have to move out again yet. So everything's a mess for that reason. My little bathroom is so cute. I actually love it. And the smell in here, not too bad. Billy bookcase also arrived, by the way, which, I don't know, is it a bit random? I think I'm gonna put a plant on top. It's gonna look good. I'm gonna change the knob. I just like that it's something a bit warmer in what is otherwise like very grey. You can see how much mess has been made up here because of all the AC checks they've been doing. Okay, bedroom. Like, this is my life right now. Refuse to unpack. I'm just such a grumpy guts. I just can't deal with this smell. Anyway, IKEA did come and do the lights, as I said. So I've got these cute things up. I need to fluff this one up a bit, but I just think they look so cute. And I got them to do them quite low. I don't know if you can even tell on this, like how low they are, but yeah, just so that like you really see them and they're a bit of a statement piece in what will otherwise be quite a simple bedroom. And by simple, I don't mean that I'm not gonna have a bed. Obviously, the bed just hasn't arrived. And then also in this room is just, so this is what I did with the 5th chair for now, and also just this messy situation. And this was IQ, I don't know if you remember, I ordered this on my big order as well. The smell is so bad in here. He was like, open the doors, let it ventilate, but it's really bad. And it's all dripping. That's dripping. Why is it? Can you see all this drippiness? Sorry for that abrupt ending. I just couldn't believe that there was like another issue. There's suddenly water dripping out of the thing. Like, that's new. Ordered some dinner, ordered a burrito bowl, and then I got a bit crazy and started looking at all the things it could possibly be for this AC situation and what the problem is. Spoke to ChatGPT, of course, and decided I just had to take matters into my own hands, that who could possibly know better than me, because I've spoken to ChatGPT. And so I then called somebody, spoke to them. I found a business, actually, I think it's a UK business, run by a couple of Brits, and I think that maybe it started in the UK, I don't know, I think it's like a bit of an international situation, but in the UAE they more focus on aircon units. They said that they basically come, they fully service and like chemically clean everything within the AC, whatever there is. As you could probably tell earlier, I actually don't know much about this stuff at all. And I thought, well, I don't know if that's been done, and at least, even if this doesn't work, at least I know like what's happened and what I've paid for, because at the minute I'm not really in control, and that's stressing me out. Like, I come into my flat, maybe something's done, maybe it isn't. If I happen to be here and see someone, I know like what's happened, but otherwise I don't. And so at least this way I know exactly what I've paid for, what I've had, what's been done. I think it's going to cost me like 250 quid, something like that. I really want this weekend to be nice here. It's my only weekend here because next weekend I'm traveling again. So little treat while I was doing that is I ordered a dessert, camel cookies. The criteria for my choice of dessert was what's going to get here the quickest. But these aren't any cookies. These are stuffed cookies, I guess. It's quite fancy, like this bag and this box. I've already started them because I couldn't wait, but this is what they look like. So this one is a Nutella one. I got Nutella and Kinder Bueno. They're like little pies. They remind me of like little apple pies. Good. I need to stop eating on my new sofa. Look at that. It's pretty delish. And it is gooey, and it is various textures, so it kind of ticks some of the boxes. But there's something a bit weird about it. Not sure. But it's good. I got 6 of them. They come in a box of 6. Probably gonna eat them all. I might not. I might only eat 4. Then I can save 2 for tomorrow because it's Friday night, and you know I might want a treat. Probably going to go to IKEA tomorrow night. I think if this works tomorrow with the aircon, tomorrow night I'm treating myself to IKEA or Home Centre, because Home Centre is my new favourite shop, which is here, and it's like all home stuff. So we'll see. Good morning. It's the next day. The AC cleaners have been and done all they can do. I don't think it's changed anything. It smells a little bit better at the minute, I think, just because they've used all of their cleaning products, of course, but I can definitely still smell the smell. They've also cleaned all of the drains, but on top of that I've also now called in plumbers to do a full drainage service, which I don't think they can do anymore than clean them. This vlog is me in this apartment moaning about a bad smell, wearing the same top 2 days in a row, which is like not the best, but I can't bear to unpack because I'm sure that if this isn't solved, I'm moving out. So I'm not getting clothes out, so I'm wearing the same top. Oh my God. So I got cut off earlier because the doorbell rang. I think that was the plumbers that arrived. The guy walked in. Everybody comes in, they do the same thing. They do all this like sniffing, walking around, sniffing, looking. I said, look, I've had the AC people here. They said that we probably needed a plumber. It's probably a drainage issue. And he was like, yes, this is not AC. He was like, I know exactly what this is. And then he walks around and he starts like banging on walls. Well, no one's done that before. So I was like, okay, he's onto something. He thinks it's I want to say rising. Any plumbers out there might know. This is like sewerage that's being blasted through my AC. So it's delightful. This is why I'm not unpacking my stuff. Anyway, he's due back now and he seems to think he's going to be able to fix it. So if he does, he said, actually, this is what sold me to him. Because I was like, honestly, if you can just do it, I just need it sorting. And he said, I've had this in about 25 buildings. And he said, I went to someone's place with this issue and they said to him, I've had 15 different teams in, no one can work out what it is. And if you genuinely fix this, I'll buy you anything you want. And then he was like, so they bought me this phone? I'm like, I'll buy you anything you want. Another thing went wrong today. The curtain guys came to fix the IKEA curtains. They were basically like, you've got the wrong poles. They could have done it with what I've got, but it wouldn't have been a very good job. So he was like, go change your poles, we'll come back. You know, you're like, how many more blows can I take? I'm gonna go to IKEA and get my poles sorted. Just in IKEA, getting the new curtain poles and a lot of other stuff. And was tempted by like the pumpkin candles. Do I just go straight in with Christmas? I don't even know what to say, I'm speechless. They've ripped the whole bathroom ceiling out to do the job. And I mean, they're doing what they said they would do and they have to do, but it's an absolute mess and the smell's even worse. Good evening. So it's about midnight and I'm in a hotel. I got back from IKEA. They were still working when I left, I don't know, 45 minutes ago. And they were gonna start like trying to clean up a bit, but they have to go back and do more tomorrow. The smell is not any better, and I am really concerned because a couple of times the guy tried to say to me like, oh, it's better, and I'm like, no, it's definitely not. And I don't know if they're just going to try and fob me off and say it's done. So I'm concerned about that. I'm thinking more and more that this place is not going to be my place and I'm probably going to have to leave, but we shall see. The weird thing is, now I'm here, I feel like I can smell it still, but no, it's not my clothes. It's probably just in my head. So good night for now, and we'll see what the weekend brings. Look at this creme brulee buttermilk pancake with a view. Happy Saturday. So I went over to the apartment this morning. The smell is still exactly the same. So I've spoken to maintenance, decided to put a hold on the plumber doing any more, basically what is cosmetic work, I guess, like literally just trying to cover up the smell by plastering around pipes. And apparently tomorrow a plumber will go and do like a full diagnostic and check everything. So I've spoken to ChatGPT and sent a list of things that I want the plumber to check, but I mean, whether any of that happens, I don't know. But I'm in the hotel and it's really funny because it must have just been made by like whoever made all the other apartments around here, because it's kind of really similar finishing and everything to what my apartment should be, which is sad, but it's also kind of nice because I'm just like, if this does work out, like I'm really excited to have my place, but I'm not holding on to any hope, that's for sure, because I just feel like it's not going to work out. But anyway, in the meantime, it's Saturday. I've been for not a night. I went for brunch. I ordered pancakes. I don't know why. I just wasn't even really hungry, and I was like, oh, I feel sad, so I should eat pancakes. And they were like really average. Like it needed something else. It was basically like pancakes and like a vanilla custard or something. I'm thinking I'll book another night here for tomorrow night. That then gets me to Monday, and then on Monday I can go to the property management office in the morning and try and have a conversation with them about next steps, because if this isn't solved by Monday, I frankly feel like we're out of options and that it's a problem that's never going to be solved, and I will have to move out, which will probably mean putting all of my stuff in storage until I find a place, and I don't even know when I'll do that because I'm just traveling now, like back to back really. So yeah, I don't know, the only thing that's like getting me through really is just the fact that like there are much worse problems in the world, and this is not an awful situation to be in. We're back. The enemy in the background. This is the face of a defeated woman. So it's now Monday. I think I last spoke to you on Saturday. Tried to vlog a bit on Sunday, but nothing was happening. There was nobody around, like nobody doing any work on the apartment or anything. And yeah, just like really deflating day. And today's the same. So I started today by coming here to the apartment and met with the head of maintenance here for all of these buildings, because they're all fairly new and they're still building, so I guess they just have people like this around. And we agreed that it still smells in the apartment, and I think a cleaner's been in. And he said that they would also look like cut a hole in the ceiling, check the ceiling today, but I'm sure that this is a plumbing issue. It's a drain pipe, like something's missing somewhere, something's not quite been fitted correctly somewhere. There's something going on, and I really need help, and I need like professional I need professional help at this point, but I need help with this issue. I need someone who's like a proper qualified plumber or something to come and do like a thorough inspection, because I just don't trust that that's what's happening at the minute. Went to the office, explained all of this to them. They ultimately just wanted that guy, the maintenance guy, to put that in an email to them, which took all day for him to do. I have asked if they can help me like get another place here. They said there's nothing available right now. I've asked if they can support with like living in somewhere else, like the hotel that I'm paying for at the moment, even though I'm paying them rent as well. No response on that. So they're just completely unresponsive. They want everything done via email. So when I go into the office, they say put everything in an email because they want the email trail, but at the same time don't reply to emails. So next step is I'm just going to go into the office in the morning and say like, you've checked everything and there's no answer, and so khalas, that's that. I won't be able to live here ultimately, and then it's just going to be about finding somewhere to put all of my stuff in storage, somewhere to live temporarily, until I find a place where I like and want to live. Yeah, I guess this is like the reality of moving to another continent on your own. You can like take so much, but when things are so out of your control, I think that's when it's hardest, and it just feels like it's very much out of my control. I'll show you what they've done today. You can see they've cut a hole in the ceiling here. I think they just wanted to check in the ceiling, I'm assuming, for any sort of like damp or leaks or anything. I'm not really sure. No progress in here. They've clearly had a cleaner in because it looks a little bit cleaner, but still no ceiling, so can't actually live here anyway. I'm not sure if I ever showed this, but my bed got delivered on Saturday, which is now just another thing that I have to put into storage. not usually one to ask for help, but I will ask you guys on YouTube if anybody knows a legitimate, decent plumber in the UAE, even better in Abu Dhabi. If anybody has good advice for somewhere to store everything. I'm sorry this vlog is ultimately me talking at a camera about how rubbish this whole situation is. There's no happy ending. Nothing good is coming out of this. And I guess it's the first and kind of only really like negative experience that I've had here so far. But I guess this is the reality of it. So here you go. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on my depressing journey. And I really hope that I have something more positive to share next time. I just really want a home. I really want to settle. This is the kind of thing that I really look forward to. And the fact that it's just been so messed up is so rubbish. But surely it can only get better from here. So join me next time to find out. But honestly, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being like such a lovely little community on here. And if you can help me in the comments, please, plumbers, anyone that knows anything that's actually really like decent and legitimate, I don't know, can do like thorough tests and checks, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much and see you next time. Goodbye, smelly apartment.